Whew. What a day. Hello, subscribers. This one's for some of the nail fetishists. And I say some of because I embrace diversity. I am not a nail fetishist. I just have long nails because I'm weird. I find them an interesting interface with the world, a pretty good utility. This isn't even for all of my nail fetishists, because I'm imagining that some like to see clean nails, and some might hate to see them clipped. So yeah, this is a dirty nail clipping and cleaning video for whoever cares. I picked blueberry. Well, I worked on a blueberry farm today, and leave it to the Druid to go work at a blueberry farm and end up picking blackberries. To explain that, there are some blackberries that naturally grow in the blueberry fields, and when they hit a batch of blackberries, they have to pull those trays aside and pull out individual blackberries to kind of purify that tray. And you kind of dump one tray into another so that you can see the different layers and pick out the blackberries. So yeah, my hands, my nails are quite filthy. I have not washed them all day. Oh gosh. And I've certainly, I've been hitting a keyboard for 14 years, picking dust spots off of digital photos, among other things. So, yeah, I've got tender hands, tender hands, and I'm out of shape. Oh, man. These are going to be annoying to clean. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I don't care about this video. This is not for me. Dead Dog Records are for me, and me alone. I don't care if anybody watches those. But this is for some of my old subscribers. Oh, man. Alright, what's next? Fork? Works pretty well. Might not need a plastic knife. Yeah, like I said, I support diversity. This one bent and then cracked. Maybe I should trim first, and then clean, because then there'll be less to clean. You get to see my method for trimming. I'm going to go pretty short, but still going to point them. When I was in high school, I just kind of ignored them for as long as I could, but what would happen is I'd catch the sides on things, like in the bus, getting on and off, like rubber seats I'd catch them on, or might catch them on the edge of a car door, or usually it's the lip of something, and I found it was when I was retracting my hand, not grabbing for something, because I'd catch the edge. So that's the main reason I trim points, is that I don't catch the edges when I do that. and that means I can ignore them for longer. I can let them grow a lot farther without having to trim them as often. I don't do my thumbs points anymore because I found that I was scratching my magic cards with my pointed thumbs when I shuffle. It's a lot harder to shuffle, so do the man thumbs and the lady fingers. Oh yeah, this is gross. Because I have nails sticking to my hands because they're wet. Somebody's got to love that. You weirdos. I hope you don't mind me calling you weirdos. Obviously I'm weird because I'm the one with these nails. I'm the one doing this, but I find it, personally, I find it even weirder to want to watch this on YouTube than to do it. Because for me, these are functional, and it's not a very good point, but short. Okay, gosh. God, it. Pinky's real long. I'm gonna keep that. I've never done cocaine. That's for darn sure. So when people call these coke nails, that bothers me a little bit. It is a stereotype. There are other reasons to have long nails. And the pinkies don't get used for much, and they don't break very quickly, so... Alright, back to fork. I don't know how long this video will be. It's taking me a little while. Oh, but the YouTube limits are a lot bigger than they used to be back in the day. I guess I don't have to worry about the 10-minute cutoff anymore. Of course, who wants to watch a 20-minute nail video? Somebody. God, somebody is masturbating to this. That is just weird. But I try not to judge. You know, what people do in the privacy of their own home is none of my business. And I support a whole lot of laws, of course. You know, I don't want people hurt, killed, raped, taken advantage of. But as long as it harms none, do what thou wilt. And that none, of course, includes yourself. I don't like people harming themselves. But where do you draw the line, you know? Okay. Here's a quick clean. I guess we'll try soap next. Splinters today, nicks and scrapes. They run a big machine, and the machine crosses one row of blueberry bushes, and it shakes the bushes on the inside as it goes, and there's two conveyor belts, one on each side of the bush, that run back and up, and there's little chutes that drop, onto a standing platform. So you have these bins that they call lugs, and you've got to, keep those bins in place, get another one ready, slide it over when one fills so that the berries don't drop, and pull the full one back, and then you have a second person that's a runner that takes the full trays back to a trailer, and there's a trailer behind each side. That soap hurts a little bit. Such dirty water. Actually, I thought it would be worse than that, to tell you the truth. Alright, and I guess we're gonna try some vinegar, white distilled vinegar. It smells good. Oh, and it hurts. Okay, that was a bad idea. It is cleaning better, but it hurts more than the soap. Duh. I'm like, what got in there? It's my fingernails. Weird. Alright. I guess that's the video. Yeah, so as weird as it seems to me personally, who really is hurt by, somebody who really wants to watch nail videos on YouTube? When I started YouTube, I never expected I'd be supporting nail fetishists or whatever. And moving forward, that is not going to be my focus. I will tell you that right now. So, play this one on loop for a while if you need it or whatever. But it's kind of sad to me that Google's algorithms, when you look at similar channels to Sadvipran, now Webdruid, it's got nail fetishists. And that was never my focus. It just is, I've tried to give little glimpses into aspects of my life that I don't mind sharing, and this does not seem like it matters to me. It's just a quirk, really. So, I guess I'll end the video and go take a shower. So yeah, I was helping manage the machine part of the day, both the trays and the runner, that has to take them to the back and stack them alternating directions so they don't crush the berries. The plastic, they call them lugs, support each other when they're alternated, but they nest when they're all facing the same way, which is pretty cool, simple system that they've developed. And and then they pulled me off that kind of naturally. Nobody said get off that, and I started doing odd jobs like the blackberry picking from the trays and helping stack the pallets, and they've got, once they have a pallet full, it fits 5 bins on the bottom of the pallet. They put two lengthwise and then 3 the other direction, and they fit on a pallet. And then once they have them 7 lugs high, they tape up the top. They have temporary tops they put on that are wood frames that go around to keep them in place so that they can haul them back and forth easier. But then you tape around the second highest set of lugs twice with just cellophane tape, and that holds them together, and that's how they ship them. Then they load them in a semi-trailer, 2 wide, towards the outside, so there's a thin gap down the center of the semi-trailer. And that I was running a hand cart for a while, hauling these pallets full of blueberries, you know, turning them around and pushing them to the back of the semi and getting them in there, and those are a few hundred pounds probably, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I ended up doing miscellaneous tasks, and I think I'll exercise my white privilege and not go back tomorrow. I told them I was just doing temporary labor, but they're short. They're short on labor. Apparently this year is a huge yield, which has caused the value of the blueberries to drop really low, and the labor is really hard to find this year, so they're short-staffed. And it may be because Trump is our man in charge right now. And apparently he's obviously cracking down on immigrant labor, which affects Michigan. But he's also changed, he's changing policies and stuff to favor Americans and make it harder for people to get summer jobs if they're immigrants or whatever. So, yeah, so thanks for joining me for a Nail Fetishist's Christmas in July. I don't know, you tell me, is that what I titled this? Probably. And, rinse that with vinegar a bit so it don't stain. And, yeah, I got one more Dead Dog Records video to upload, and then, oh, there's a ring, and it stings again on all the cuts and scrapes. Okay. That's the Druid signing out.